Tesla in turmoil, domestic terrorism investigations, political firestorms, financial woes, and the unfolding crisis under Elon Musk's leadership. The past year has been marked by unprecedented turmoil for Tesla Incorporated, one of the world's most high-profile electric vehicle (EV) manufacturers. The company, founded by visionary entrepreneur Elon Musk in 2003, now faces a multifaceted crisis that combines domestic terrorism investigations, political polarization, financial reporting discrepancies, and plummeting consumer confidence. At the heart of this chaos is Musk himself, whose controversial pivot to Republican politics, involvement with Donald Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, and divisive rhetoric have ignited protests, vandalism, and legal battles across the U.S. and beyond. This article synthesizes recent developments into a comprehensive overview of Tesla's current challenges, exploring their roots in corporate governance, political activism, and market dynamics. 1. FBI investigates 80-plus attacks as domestic terrorism. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, has launched a task force to investigate over 80 attacks targeting Tesla vehicles, facilities, and executives since late 2023. These incidents include arson at an Austin showroom, incendiary devices planted near Texas properties, shootings at California dealerships, and even the defacement of Cybertruck models with swastikas. The FBI's director, Kash Patel, labeled these acts domestic terrorism, emphasizing their ties to Musk's role in Trump's newly formed Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, which oversees federal workforce reductions and infrastructure projects. The attacks have escalated alongside protests organized by groups opposing Musk's political alliances. In February 2024, a Florida man named Andrew Doodle was arrested for driving toward anti-Musk protesters at a Tesla dealership in West Palm Beach, though no injuries occurred. Meanwhile, the FBI reports similar incidents in 9 states, including vandalism and threats against employees. While authorities have found no evidence of coordinated conspiracy, officials suspect ideological motives linked to Musk's controversial policies as a Trump appointee. The Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has drawn scrutiny for its aggressive cost-cutting measures across federal agencies, which critics argue undermine public services. Musk's leadership in this role, paired with his personal wealth and influence, has become a flashpoint for left-leaning activists who view Tesla and DOGE as symbols of corporate overreach and partisan bias. 2. Political polarization, Fox News coverage and public perception. Tesla's troubles have deepened due to its entanglement in America's cultural divide. Conservative media outlets, particularly Fox News, have framed the attacks as evidence of woke extremism targeting free enterprise. Meanwhile, progressive critics accuse Musk of using Tesla as a platform for right-wing agitprop, citing his advocacy for fossil fuels and anti-government rhetoric during Trump's 2024 presidential campaign. This polarization has spilled into consumer behavior. A recent report by Edison Electric Institute revealed a 45% sales decline in Europe as buyers shun brands perceived as politically aligned with far-right movements. In the US, Tesla trade-ins hit record highs amid competition from cheaper EVs like the Chevrolet Bolt and Ford Mustang Mach-E, but political backlash has accelerated this trend. Musk's public support for Trump, despite his history of criticizing the former president in 2016, and his appointment to DOGE have further alienated moderate and Democratic-leaning customers. A Gallup poll in March 2024 found that Tesla's favorability rating among Democrats dropped by 30% since Musk joined DOGE, while Republicans' approval increased marginally, a stark illustration of the brand's ideological rebranding. 3. Financial reporting discrepancies raise red flags. Amid these external pressures, Tesla faces internal challenges that threaten investor confidence. The company reported a puzzling $1.4 billion gap between its net income, $20.5 billion, and cash flow from operations, $36.9 billion, in Q4 2023, a discrepancy analysts call unprecedented for its scale. Possible explanations include non-cash adjustments, e.g., stock-based compensation, working capital shifts, or off-balance sheet liabilities tied to Doge's federal projects. However, the lack of transparency has sparked accusations of accounting irregularities and invited scrutiny from the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. Musk has dismissed concerns, attributing the gap to standard corporate finance practices. Yet shareholders remain uneasy, with Tesla's stock price plummeting 40% since January 2024 despite record deliveries. The disconnect between earnings and cash flow could signal hidden liabilities or poor liquidity management, a critical issue as Tesla invests billions in new factories, e.g., the $5 billion Gigafactory in Texas, and Doge-linked infrastructure projects. 4. The Los Angeles restaurant venture, a symbol of political blowback. Tesla's diversification efforts have also faltered under Musk's political baggage. In late 2023, the company announced plans to open a high-profile restaurant in downtown Los Angeles as part of its Tesla City initiative. Dubbed the Boring Cafe, the venture aimed to showcase EV-friendly amenities and Musk's vision for urban sustainability. However, protests erupted before construction began, with activists accusing Tesla of using municipal zoning loopholes to evade environmental regulations. Local politicians condemned the project as a corporate land grab, while progressive groups linked it to Doge's broader mission of privatizing public infrastructure. The backlash forced Tesla to scale back plans and delay the cafe's opening, a costly setback for Musk's vision of blending transportation, real estate, and politics under one brand. 5. Regulatory scrutiny and federal investigations. The DOJ has opened a criminal probe into potential misconduct by Tesla executives related to their roles in Doge. Investigators are examining whether Tesla funneled federal funds earmarked for clean energy projects into lobbying efforts or Musk's personal ventures, such as Neuralink or SpaceX. Separately, the SEC is reviewing Tesla's accounting practices and corporate disclosures, particularly its silence on cash flow discrepancies during earnings calls. Meanwhile, state-level actions have intensified. California regulators are investigating claims that Tesla dealerships in Los Angeles and San Francisco failed to comply with emission standards for Cybertruck prototypes. In Texas, a class action lawsuit accuses the company of violating labor laws by pressuring employees to work overtime without pay during production bottlenecks caused by Doge's supply chain reforms. 6. Consumer confidence and market challenges. Despite these challenges, Tesla remains a market leader in EVs, with 2023 deliveries surpassing 1.8 million units, a record high. However, profit margins have thinned as competition intensifies. Chinese brands like BYD and NIO now dominate global sales, while US automakers have slashed prices to undercut Tesla's premium positioning. Musk's political stance has exacerbated this pressure. A survey by J.D. Power found that 60% of potential buyers cite ethical concerns as a reason for avoiding Tesla, with younger demographics increasingly favoring neutral or socially conscious brands like Rivian and Polestar. The company's shift toward right-wing messaging, such as its recent ad campaign featuring Trump-endorsed slogans, has only widened this divide. Conclusion: a crossroads for Tesla. Tesla now faces a critical choice: double down on its political gambit to reshape the automotive industry in Musk's ideological image, or pivot back toward neutrality and innovation-driven growth. The path ahead is fraught with risks, from regulatory penalties to declining brand loyalty, but also opportunities to redefine sustainability leadership without partisan entanglement. As one analyst noted, Tesla's identity crisis isn't just about cars, it's a battle over who gets to define the future of transportation. With Musk's Doge role deepening, his political liabilities and financial uncertainties mounting, the next year will determine whether Tesla can navigate this storm or become another casualty of America's culture wars. This analysis highlights how Tesla's integration with partisan politics has turned its challenges into a microcosm of broader societal tensions, a cautionary tale for corporations seeking to influence public policy while maintaining mass-market appeal.